again. Leg day. I don't know why they got me excited. Legs. I'm not gonna go to the Metro Fitness today. That's the gym that has the hack squat. I'm just gonna go to the Y. All I need is a leg extension, leg curl, seated or laying. They're both good. I don't mind either. And some other kind of pressing machine. It's probably good. Again, I've been kind of chilling out on squats. I think I'll probably, yeah, I think I'll, honestly, I might even chill out on squats until the next bulk. Just kind of give my whole little lower section a little time to recuperate. Uh, like early on in this bulk, like I don't think I pulled my adductor. I'd probably call it more of a strain, but it would just kind of flare up every so often. So I'd wait a week, try to squat again, hurt it again, wait another week. Typically it's best practice where if something hurts and it's not like a legit injury, just don't do it. Just don't fucking do it. I bring up this example every fucking time I talk about injuries. Like, if you know a guy whose shoulder is just fucked up, like, oh, he tweaked it bad, oh, it kills him to do bench, and then you go to the gym and you see him loading up bench, like, what the fuck? You're not going to get any stronger if every time you bench, you're just grinding away at your cartilage. You can't even go that heavy, right? I've fucked up my shoulders before pretty good. Like, to the extent where doing barbell bench or any kind of heavy pressing movement was like audibly, at least for me, because my ears are like right here, but like legitimately crunchy, like just fucking disgusting. Right? So rather than just try to, push through that, and get pretty much nowhere and just keep hurting myself, I'll take some time off the heavy shit, do mainly fly-based movements to still work the chest, and then do a lot of like PT stuff, rotator movements. Ah, like when you're holding the dumbbell and you do shit like this is fucking your bread and butter of shoulder rehabilitation. But unrelated to that, legs. Whoops. There we go. Just gonna spam hamstring curls for the hamstring section. I'll just get hamstrings out of the way first. Maybe I'll do a little bit of an RDL drop set. I think. I don't know, I'll go by feel. And then the rest of quads is just gonna be a mix of maybe, I don't know, a lot of leg extensions, some sissy squats, perhaps loaded on the Smith machine. I've been known to do that sometimes. Maybe some supersets into a machine leg press. Just any movement that's working the quads that you like doing, just fucking try to go hard on them. So at the end of all that, should have a freaky quad pump. And there's fucking nothing else to say. So let's just get in there and get started. Pre-hamstrings, same as normal. I'll do a little bit of like single leg calf raises, because you got to think, the action of doing a hamstring curl. Sure, you're working your hamstring the most, but you do get a little calf activation. So if I don't warm it up, sometimes I'll feel a little bit of a pinch or something in the back of the knee. But did a few sets with lightweight, or no, what I'm saying, a few reps with lightweight, then a few reps with a little heavier, just until I feel nice and warm. I took a little longer to warm up this time, just because, I don't know, it's just taking a little longer to get that sort of comfortable feeling. Like if I were to just jump straight into this heavy ass weight, like the full stack, no warm up at all, it would feel really fucking heavy, right? But getting some extra blood flow in the hamstrings, a little bit of what else can I say other than just activation? By doing those slightly heavier and heavier sets, the warm-ups, then now I'm ready to just throw the stack around. So get comfortable. I'm going to sit here for I don't know how long. At least a couple solid sets. Oh, fuck. Whew. When I do these sets on the laying, god damn it, on the laying hamstring curl, uh, just a little bit of a preference thing here. I don't like just holding onto those handles. Like, it feels like I'm just pulling with my upper back, you know. And like, I don't want to be activating my fucking lats and traps to try to hold on tight to the machine. You know, I'd rather just, what do you even call this, fucking bear hug, chokehold around the handles, just so I physically can't move backwards. But that's just a preference thing. So, some heavy ass sets of laying curls done. So now I'll do some more kind of like, still heavy weight, you know, it's almost like a little less than half the stack. But just gonna do single leg and really focus on squeezing rather than just, you know, throwing around as much weight as possible like I was doing on those other sets. Okay, one more. Oh my goodness. Yeah. The plan now for the last two sets is I'm gonna go do a set of laying hamstring curls again, lighter weight, just try to get a good squeeze. And then no rest, run over here to this, this is just a preacher curl machine, or bench, whatever the fuck you call it. But the bar is right at hip level. So it's the perfect setup for RDLs. The fact that I'm using the easy bar, it doesn't change anything. All I'm doing is holding on. But supersetting the hamstring curls into the RDLs, I feel like that lets me get a much better, I don't know, squeeze on the hamstrings. But whatever, two of these and then we can move on to quads. Whew. I feel like the RDLs, well, it feels like it's working more like the upper hamstring, like right where it sort of ties into your butt. But if you can't really get a good squeeze on these, all I can really say is just start light and just try to figure it out. There's not really a perfect technique to learn the mind-muscle connection other than experience. When I do these too, I don't have like a shoulder width stance. Like I got my feet right together. That's how I can really feel it the most. Let's move on to quads.
About this part,
With some intelligent engineering, it seems that my quad workout will still go on.
this is why you're studying mechanical engineering.
Exactly.
This guy's
All right, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let me do my set. Okay, so, all right. Legs. I mean, I'm gonna go kind of light relatively to normal. Like obviously, normally, I've been hitting fucking 5 plates for 10 or so, whatever. But today, not gonna put so much force on my tendons and whatnot. So these sets will still be hard, but maybe not so much because I'm moving as much weight as possible, but just because I'll try to get a crazy good squeeze. Like honestly, I could use half of this weight, right? And if I still really focus on flexing hard as fuck at the top, then I'll still get a good pump. And at the end of the day, I think, if you get a good pump, that's a decent gauge, or at least it's one of the indicators that you had a good lift. After this, I'll move on to a little bit of a leg press superset. Game plan for the next few sets is, since this machine leg press isn't that heavy, like with both legs, pretty much anybody who's been lifting for a little could just max it out for reps. But I do like the feeling of it, right? I can really isolate the quads. When I do like a normal machine, a normal leg press, I get a lot of glutes involved. And I mean, I don't really need a bigger butt. So to make this weight, usable for a legit set, at least, approaching failure, I'll pre-exhaust with these body weight sissy squats right here. So burn out the quads first, and then, burn them out again on the leg press. I do like this superset. You have the potential to make it very intense. Same with any set, as long as you go hard enough. So let's get a few of these going. Let's get the right leg position. Okay, that leg press didn't really agree with me. It just felt a little funky. So I'm just gonna finish with leg extensions. I think I'll do a couple sets of single leg pause reps where I go halfway up, stop it for a moment, and then finish the rep. And then maybe I'll do a couple where I superset it with the bodyweight sissy squats. You know, really at this point, I'm just trying to hit 7 more sets of hard quad movements, which for me right now is gonna be leg extensions. Let's turn down this exposure just a tad. Oh, fuck. You know, if your legs are really pumped, like if you just kind of let them relax a little, you almost feel like you're gonna fucking fall over because your quads will give out. So, how many sets of quads was that? Only 6? Whoops. But you know, so yeah, fuck. No, it wasn't the hack squats. What am I saying? When I was really feeling those leg extensions last leg day, so I was throwing around what in retrospect was a little too much weight, just a little. But you know, to an extent, I feel it's better to do too much than not enough, right? Like, you know, it doesn't really sound that good to say it like this, but I'd rather go so hard that I get hurt every so often than, you know, limit my intensity during the lifts, you know, and not know whether or not I really pushed it. Now, obviously, I've said this exact speech before a while ago when I hurt my chest on a chest day, but I think there's some legitimacy to it. You know, obviously don't rip your pecs all the way off or explode your, what kind of tendons are in your knees? Your ACL, doing squats heavier than you can actually handle. But, you know, main point, just make sure to go intense. Push it to the limit, as it were. Yeah, so even, you know, not an ideally perfect quad lift, still got me a pretty freaky quad pump. Whew. That's cool when your fucking hamstring kind of does that little thing back here. Yeah, that is a good sign. So yeah, I mean, the hamstring section of the lift was perfect. Super hard. Oh, I can't even fucking bend my leg all the way. But quads is just maybe B minus. Maybe C plus, honestly. Still a good pump, but you know, my legs didn't get that big by doing workouts like that where I kind of had to call it early. So I'm gonna try not to hurt my, what is this right here? It's like, you can't really see it. Right in here, this little area. That just feels a little funky for me. But whatever that's called, I'm gonna try not to hurt it any further. And assuming I get lots of rest and take my vitamins, it should be back to normal pretty soon. Pretty freaking soon. So, not much else to say. I mean, this is a pretty basic lift. You know, not much variation in the exercise selection. And then Fuck. Pretty decent pump, if I say so myself. God damn it. All right, so I'm gonna go back up, talk with some of the boys, do my calves, then we get in the car. There we go, okay. I almost just drove off without fucking even recording. What the hell is wrong with me? I guess that was a good leg day. My fucking brain's a little fried. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, still a good leg day. Obviously, hamstrings is perfect. Those RDLs are feeling pretty good. Those used to bother me. Like I would kind of feel my adductors a little bit. That's like right in your groin kind of area when I would do them. But that feels pretty good. I definitely think that throwing in some adductor, no, what am I saying? Some RDLs along with the hamstring curls is probably the best case scenario. You know, working a muscle in all of its what would the word for that be? All of its loading the muscle in a variety of having a seizure here. A variety of ways is it's probably going to be pretty beneficial. You know, obviously bench or no, what did I say? Chest. You know, you got some heavy pressing movements, plus you know flies. Back, you got rows, pull downs, pull overs. You know, legs obviously with quads, you can do pressing movements along with leg extensions. So hamstrings, you know, hamstring curls, which I do love, plus some RDLs. As long as you can get you can actually feel your hamstrings working. That's kind of tricky. I definitely did not like RDLs as a beginner. They are kind of a tricky movement to really get a good squeeze on. Just because your body is really going to be biased to just work the glutes and your lower back. Because, I mean, that's pretty much what you're doing. Like, just, you know, deadlift is literally in the name. So, you know, the more of those ancillary muscles you can take out of the movement, the better, right? Because when I'm doing those, I don't feel much lower back or glutes at all, right? It's like 85% hamstrings. So, yeah, nothing else to really say there. It's time for the post-workout shake. I gotta start putting ice in my jug. It's getting hot during these lifts. Wow. Very sweet. Very sweet. So I've heard talk that maltodextrin is better than the dextrose. You guys are saying that it's not as sweet. Uh, I mean, it's pretty much the same, maybe even a little better on the glycemic index, if you know what I'm talking about there. But if you're looking into that kind of shit, obviously, you know, do your own kind of research and whatnot. But I'd pretty much recommend 50 grams dextrose post-workout. End of my dextrose speech. So tomorrow is going to be chest. I haven't really been doing much dumbbell bench for a while. Like back when I was at school at the oh my god, it's a family of geese. Back when I was at school at all right, now they're walking the other way. At Immortal, I was doing pretty much incline dumbbell benches to start for every chest day. But you know, the only gym where I can access the 150s and above is the Metro, and their free weight benches kind of suck. Like, they're just a little too wide for my preference, and then the seat only goes up to like maybe here or something. So when I'm when I'm going heavy, I feel like my butt is gonna slide out, and if you're holding the 150s and you slide down the bench mid-rep, say goodbye to both of your fucking rotator cuffs instantly. So that kind of puts me off on that movement. But you know, maybe they'll throw them back in lighter mid-workout. I'll have to see. You know, as you know, I kind of just like I've got a general idea on what I'm gonna do each workout. right? Like I've sort of got some key points I want to hit for each. Like, let's just say hamstrings, for example. I want to start off with something pretty fucking heavy. Whole stack on the laying leg curl fit that criteria perfectly. Then I want to move on to some more squeezing movements, really just pump them up. So those single leg seated curls plus the laying laying hamstring curl superset into those RDLs fit that fucking fit that part as well, right? And then chest, obviously start off with something heavy. Well, honestly, probably the first half of the lift just start with heavy pressing, and then finish with flies or cable stuff or whatever. There's nothing incredibly important about, or not important. There's nothing really special about any particular lift. You can build a big ass chest, do an incline barbell bench, or incline Smith machine, or incline dumbbell. Clearly, I have a preference toward incline for chest. But as long as you can kind of fit the criteria of going heavy in the beginning and really loading a set of like 8 to 12 to failure, right? And then finishing the workout with a pump, regardless of how many sets you want to do or what kind of rest periods you happen to just really like, it's probably going to fucking give you some growth. This isn't a perfect science. You see big dudes all over social media talking about all sorts of different ways of training, right? Probably craziest end of the spectrum is like Mike Menser style stuff where he's going in and doing just like 2 or 3 sets per body part and doing that like maybe once a week, to kind of guys doing a lot more volume, right? Somewhere for each person individually there's probably an ideal training style or like split or routine uh, or program. Yeah, that's what people say. But you know you don't have to do everything completely perfectly, right? You're still going to get some gains if you're just a little off axis in some ways or another, but you definitely won't go wrong going hard. As long as you go to the gym and you go hard, you're probably going to be good, assuming you do it consistently and you eat enough food and sleep well enough. you know the guy who goes, I've said this exact analogy before. The guy who goes to the gym and does a science-based perfect workout, perfect form, but he stops every set at like you know 70% of the amount of reps that he could do if he really pushed himself, he's going to get less gains than the guy who just goes into the gym for 45 minutes, sits on the fucking you know hangs out by the free weights and just tells himself, okay, I'm about to obliterate my biceps any means possible, any means necessary, and he just curls all sorts of shit for whatever. Maybe not mindless, but if he's going hard, he's gonna get fucking strong and presumably big, assuming he eats enough food. But that's enough of that little rant. Full day of eating. We're getting close to the end of the bulk, so you'll see it. I hope. No, I'm just kidding. You'll totally see it. I guarantee it. You will see it eventually. So I'm gonna go eat some food and chill. I'll see you next time.